Hey guys, I'm Dimension Jump and today I'll be reviewing Date Everything, which was released in June of this year. Now, the plot, I guess you could say, of this game is that you're given these pair of sunglasses called the date glasses or the deviator glasses, and they basically allow you to scan any object around your house and you are allowed to date them. But you are given a story for those things. So, for example, there's like let's say, for example, one of the objects you can date is a D20, and the story line for that particular object is that it's done through the aspect of a D&D campaign, which is really cool. And every object that you scan has like a personality. They come to life. They become a person. And that's a really interesting concept because it's with every object as you scan and interact with, they all have their own different personalities and they all have their own different storylines, and each storyline might have a couple of other datables in that particular storyline. So there might be, for example, if I go back to the D20 again, there's, I think the desk or the drawer, can be a part of the story, and with each object you can gain more knowledge about them, to the point where you can either date them, be friends with them, or hate them, and depending on which one you get, you'll get, I think, a different ending. And that's a really interesting concept for a game because you don't really get to see games go down this. I mean, you do get to see games do the whole romance routes and stuff like that. I think take Persona as the best bet or the best example of this, because with the Persona games or the more modern Persona games, other than going through all the different dungeons and stuff, you get to do social links. And with some of the social links, you can date some of them. And that's kind of like that with Date Everything, but it's with different objects. And all the different objects are different. So, you can date a door, you can date a window, your bed, your TV, your game console, pretty much anything and everything that's around your house, you can interact with and date. And that's really, really cool. And that's just a really fascinating idea. So yeah, and now it's time for some gameplay. So when it comes to Date Everything, when it comes to the gameplay, if you want to activate the datiators, you push triangle or whatever console button it is, depending on the console you're playing on, and you will see this heart meter in front of you, and this basically indicates which thing is a dateable object and which isn't. And if you look at the top right hand corner, you can see that I have 5 hearts. Now this means that I can have, I basically have the chance of talking to 5 dateable objects, and I've already used one. And once you've activated, or once you've talked to a particular object, so for example, if I talk to let's say the door here, I won't be able to talk to the door again until the following day. And yeah, and you can also look at the data decks. Well, you can look at your phone for the various things. So things like data decks, your phone, music, that sort of thing. And with the data decks, which I really do like, is the different, all the different characters that you can see. So you can see who all the different characters are, who might have unlocked, and there will be characters that you might not have unlocked yet, and you will have to wait until you might have done another particular character storyline. And each character, I would say, has a really cool, unique design, and I think they're all really cool. I think they all bring their own personalities, and I think that's a big feature or a good thing. Well, I think it's along the lines of the way I'm saying this is I think the voice actors do a very good job of bringing each of the characters that they voice alive and all have their own personalities and stuff like that. And I think it's really, really cool. And as you can see, there's a lot of characters, and it goes all the way to, if I can get to it, it goes all the way to 100. But if you've bought the extra stuff, like the DLC stuff, you get 2 additional characters. And yeah, they're some of the best characters in the game. Mikey Transaction and Lucinda Lavish, or Lucinda Last, or whoever you, depending on the outcome you get for this particular character. And all the characters are fun, they're all really cool. And if you want to talk to a particular character, let's say, for example, you want to talk to the toilet, just aim your data meters and just basically just activate the particular character, and each character will have their own personalities.
Ready to test your flu?
So, for example, Jean-Loup is basically a rapping toilet, and yeah, and like even like a lot of dating sim based games, you're given like different options and stuff. So like,
okay.
Some of them are good, some of them are bad.
You know how to rhyme, but rhyming.
It really depends on how you could go through each of their storylines when it comes to the characters. Because you have to, like, if you want to date them, you have to choose the best possible answers. However, the bad answers might lead you to a hate ending, or answers that are okay might be you might become friends with them.
But it's also about
so it's all about just
remember not to be terrible.
So just like learning how to use the different characters, or not use the different characters. Think of what the characters might like. So yeah. Oh. So yeah, I wasn't making attention to the things, but I think I just one of the bad answers. But again, it's always about choosing the best things, and throughout the game you'll get to develop more with the characters that you interact with and stuff like that. And yeah, that's basically the whole game. So yeah, so that's been it for the gameplay. Now to go back to the review. So as a whole, I would say that Date Everything is a really interesting, unique game, and I think it's also one of those games that it's hard to explain. Well, it's easy to explain, but I believe it's a lot better if you experience it for yourself, if you play through the game and experience all the different storylines for yourself and how you go around talking to all the different objects, because it's just a game that's so crazy and so out there with its ideas and how it executes them and all the different characters you get to interact with. And yeah, I think it's a lot of fun just seeing every storyline and how you can interact with some of the characters, because there are some characters you might not be able to unlock until you do another storyline, and then you have to unlock like certain characters, and then other characters will be unlocked after you've done other character storylines, that sort of thing, and as well as hearing about different rumours in the game about certain characters, that sort of thing. And yeah, it's just one of those crazy cool ideas that I think works really, really, really well. So yeah, so that's been my review for Date Everything. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.